Because Donald Trump's administration has been in discussion with Venezuela's hardline Interior Minister Diosdado Cabello months before the U.S. operations to seize former President Nicolas Maduro. The Trump administration has warned Cabello against using the security services or militant ruling party supporters he oversees to target the country's opposition, as the security apparatus, which includes the intelligence services, police and the armed forces, remains largely intact after the January 3 U.S. raid. Cabello has been named in the U.S. drug trafficking indictment that the Trump administration used as a justification to arrest Maduro, but was not taken as part of the operation. The communication with Cabello, which also addressed the sanctions imposed by the U.S. and the indictment that he faces, began in the early days of the current Trump administration and continued in the weeks leading up to the U.S. ouster of Maduro. The administration has also been in touch with Cabello since Maduro's ouster. Professor Rohan Gunratna requested to join us back in the discussion here. It's very difficult to assess what's really going on with the Trump administration and the interim leadership in Venezuela, and even the opposition leaders have also managed to flee. Then there's Machado, who's offered a Nobel Peace Prize, again becoming favorites with Trump. And then there's Rodriguez, who's carrying on with her interim leadership as the president. All this while Trump has said that he is the acting president. So please do give our viewers an understanding of how this negotiation is going as of now.
Firstly, Trump is very triumphant and very theatrical. But at the same time, he can be very serious. So Trump said he is going to bring Maduro, and he has done that. Of course, it is based on a US indictment where the former president of Venezuela was charged with drug trafficking. I have reviewed the indictment, and in that indictment, there's a reference to Cabello, who is the incumbent interior minister. But the Americans did not snatch the interior minister because the Americans had a deal with him. And today there is the law and order, and the military and the intelligence services are under the control of the interior minister. So the Americans have in fact had an agreement with him. It could be an unwritten agreement. We will not bring you to the United States and we will not prosecute you, but you must make sure that the law and order situation is maintained in Venezuela. And I think he has done that. So the Americans planned very clearly, very well throughout November and December to ensure that Cabello did not side with Maduro, and also that once Maduro was taken to the United States, that Cabello, the interior minister, maintained a sense of stability and security in Venezuela.
Okay. Professor, we'll leave it at that. Thanks very much for your comments and for joining us. With that, viewers, we now proceed to cover some news from Syria, where Syrian government forces